Sharita, it's all you now. I've been.
All right, okay. All right, welcome back, guys, to Elevating Our Game in Life with our book club. I also want to give a shout out to our veterans that's passed away. Happy Memorial Day weekend. We thank them for their bravery and actually giving their lives for us so we can be here today. So I want to make sure I brought that out to everybody's attention. So once again, this call is designed for us to increase our self-esteem, self-worth, self-confidence, right? To help us have better relationships with our mom, our husband, our father, our family, job performance, business performance, spiritual lives, health lives, okay? This is what this call is designed for. So I want to also let you guys know, again, if you guys didn't catch us on the first chapter, because now we're on the second chapter of our book, Danny Johnson. I don't know if you guys can see that. Danny Johnson. Okay, thank you. First Steps to Wealth. So my co-partners here, Lenore Anderson from Cleveland, Ohio, and Arturo from Dallas, Texas, and myself from, I'm going to say Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti, Michigan. Some people don't know where Ypsilanti, Michigan is, so say Ann Arbor, Michigan. So thank you for listening. So this is our book club, and I'm excited to start in this chapter 2. So it was a lot of great nuggets for me. So Lenore, what is your first takeaway? So
okay, well, good afternoon or evening, everybody. I'm Lenore from Cleveland, Ohio. Sharita, thanks for that opening. And Arturo, thank you as well. This is going to be a good study. The book is it's great. Danny Johnson's First Step to Wealth. And it just helps you with all areas of your life. So it depends on what your goal is. The second chapter is the laws of success. And what she shares is that there are laws to in life, period. So there are laws, and just like the law, if you break it, then you have to have the repercussions of whatever it is. So I'm going to start with what I liked was the law of reaping and sowing. And you have to. And so what she shares, and that is that whatever you reap, you sow. Mm-hmm. So, and that we are to take responsibility. That's the big piece. Mm-hmm. Take responsibility wherever our life is. And that includes me. And I do it on a regular. Review my life, where I am today, nowhere near where I want to be. Age doesn't matter. I suggest start as early in life as you can. Train your kids, because that's what the Bible says, train up a child. But some things, I'm a baby boomer, so there were some things that, our parents did the best that they could. So reaping and sowing, taking responsibility for where you are in your life. So that's what she says that many times in the 98%. So it's the 2% and the 98%. Now I'm working towards that 2%. Is it easy? No. Is it challenging? Yes. But if one person can do it, if it's my desire, and she does talk about desire too, it is my desire to experience a better life. Doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as I continue to do my personal development, and which is what she's talking in the laws of reaping and sowing. So it's what you're doing, what we're doing to enhance our lives in that reaping and sowing. But that key piece, if you get nothing else out of what I said, me, Arturo, Sharita, we all have to take responsibility for where we are. And it's not a bad thing if we're not where we want to be, because the good news is that we can continue to self-develop. We can change where we are and developing skills.
Yes, ma'am.
We must develop the skill set to get wherever we are, whatever your goal is. you know, and our goals do change over the years too. So skill set, there are some courses and trainings that are free.
Mm-hmm.
So take advantage of the free ones. But as oh, I'm trying to remember her name. Some of the successful people, it'll come to me.
Mm-hmm.
Some people that have become successful over the years, they have coaches. You must invest in yourself. And we have to get out of the mindset that I'm not going to pay for whatever it is. Lenore's going to pay for it because whether it's in my budget or not, I have to make it happen depending on what it is that I want out of life. So don't not, if you need to pay for a coach, pay for it, figure it out, because that's what Danny Johnson did. She said when she first got involved with this whole thing of self-development, personal development, things of that nature, someone that agreed to coach her to, you know, start encouraging her, she needs to go to trainings and things of that nature and to pay. Well, she didn't want to at first, but what she did quickly understand is that it was an investment in herself, and we have to invest in ourselves. And I have more than one coach. And like I said, I'm a baby boomer, but I've always liked to learn my whole life. I've been training. So that's what I got. And I turn it back to you, Cherie.
Right. Okay, so let me ask you this question, Lenore. So since you brought up the law of reaping and sowing, if you plant corn, what do you get?
Corn.
Okay, so if you are rich or poor and you plant corn, what do they get?
Corn. So
if you are black, white, Chinese, Asian, Mexican, Hispanic, and you plant corn, what do you get?
Corn.
Okay, that's all I got to say is that. So Arturo, what was your takeaway?
Yes. First of all, I'm so super excited to be here with you guys, and everything that Lenore was just sharing, as well as you, Sharita. I mean, it's incredible because everything that we've been learning from this book, you know, I know we're in chapter 2, and so this chapter really breaks it down to those incredible laws of success, like Lenore was speaking about. You know, just like the examples that you're giving. You know, if we follow these exact laws, then eventually everyone that if these people are sharing, you know, with their stories, with their testimonies that they've applied these laws, then it's obvious that, like you mentioned, it doesn't matter what race you are, doesn't matter what language, what culture, what state, what city, what country, you know, because we all share the same, we're all in the same boat, you know, we're all in the same ship here. So as long as we're applying these laws and we're living in alignment with the laws of success, you know, one of them one of my takeaways was the law of vision. You know, the law of vision is one of the first laws, you know, that we could talk about. And, you know, and the best book ever written, you know, where there's no vision, people perish. You know, that's one of the, you know, we could talk about vision, you know, but when, you know, my takeaway when it talks about this is that the examples that it gives, you know, it's just really something that we can relate, because a lot of the people out there that are, you know, willing to better themselves, you know, we need to understand that we need to expand our vision. You know, can't grow a global network if we're only thinking local. You know, we have to expand our vision global, you know, and those people that think local will never understand a global vision. And so that's one of the reasons why, you know, when we go and we try to share with other people our vision, sometimes it's okay if they don't understand our vision, you know, because God didn't give them the vision that God gave you, you know, God gave everybody a different vision. And so that's one of the reasons why I was like, man, this is a really good law. This is something that we should all be aware of.
Right. And to piggyback off of you about what you said about the vision and what Lenore was saying about getting a mentor, a coach, because that's what's going to help stretch your vision. Okay. So that's going to help keep you course corrected and help you be around people who are on the same path as you are, because it is difficult when you have this vision and nobody else has it and you're around that person all the time, right? Your vision get a little cloudy, don't you think? You get a little cloudy, a little rain, a little thunder, some storms start coming. So you want to be around those positive people. And that's what I love. And even our girl from I can't think of her name, right? Not Amelia Hart, but the main one who had no vision. What was her? She had no physical vision, but she no physical eyesight, but she had vision. Can't think of her right. Helen Keller. Remember Helen Keller? She says, what's the worst thing she ever had? She says, a person who has sight, no vision, right? So that is, I mean, that's the key. And to also one more thing, piggyback off of that, I was reading something else the other day that said the reason why some people don't have goals or desires because they fail to allow themselves to dream. Okay, so again, piggybacking off of your vision, we got to dream. We have to have that desire so we have something to move forward. So I had so many takeaways. I'm not even going to be able to go over it, but one was the oh man, okay, goodness. Okay, let me just see which one. The law, oh boy, I like that one too. Actually, the law of the ego. All right, I didn't realize, so I got some work to do about the ego. And here's a lot of things about the ego I didn't know. I'm just gonna highlight them. Being unteachable. Is the ego keeps you broke. Your ego disguises the blame. Ego is that when a person says, I don't know it, the fear, having the comfort zone, having ego is self-righteousness, the judgmental, the false humility, the excuses, people pleasing each other, justification, the defensive, the jealous, the fake ego, the shy ego, other people's opinions, ego, the sarcastic ego, the people who are resentful egos, and the dissenting ego. So that was interesting for me, that I just found like these are a lot of egos. Okay. Yes. And that's what's keeping a lot of us broke. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention, and we can elaborate on that later. So Lenore, what's your next takeaway?
Okay. Something else that I enjoyed out of this chapter has a lot of meat.
Yes, it does.
In it. It's a lot in here. Let's see. Desire reveals design and destiny. So we were all born with gifts.
Yes.
So nobody has anything more or less than the next person. Now, mind you, some of us may have been born in to some cash. Okay.
Right.
But there's so many success stories out here where people have not been born with a silver spoon in their mouth, but they have a desire. And we're all born with that same gift of desire. We have to persist. We have to have faith, enthusiasm. We have to be enthusiastic about whatever it is that we are seeking to accomplish. Because if we're not, see, that's that belief. And when we're excited about it, because we know this is what we want, then it's going to come through. It's not going to be phony. It's going to be all the way real. And people feel your heart. So and faith is, listen, I don't know, I can't live without faith. So anyway, that's just a whole nother story. But she says that this is what I highlighted too. The great designer planted the desire inside you to succeed. So it's up to you to tap into it.
Hello.
Up to me to tap into it.
Hello.
Because we were all born with the same not the same desire. We don't all have the same desire, but the desire, a desire
Right.
to get what we want out of life and enjoy life, you know. So, but is it easy? Not particularly. But is it durable? Can you do it? Absolutely. Because my belief is if that one person can do it,
I know, right?
Or become successful, then why can't I become successful?
Absolutely.
You know, it's in your mindset. Do I have to do some things to change my mindset? Absolutely. And you're talking about now, I'm talking about baby boomer now. Okay. I'm not talking about millennial. I'm not talking about born yesterday. I'm talking about baby boomer. So we sometimes, if we have not been working on our mindset and changing things over the years, then we have more to overcome. But can we? Absolutely, we can. Because we all have that spirit within us to accomplish and to do whatever's necessary. And we all have a mission. And the goal is to really find out what that is, what we're here for. We're not here, I don't think now. Somebody could challenge me, but this is Lenore's thoughts. So don't shoot the messenger. But I just believe that we were all created for something. And I'm still identifying mine. You know what I mean? So I don't think we were just born to take up space and breathe air. We have something to accomplish because the spirit lives in each and every one of us. And these are some of the things that she shared in the book. This is just my interpretation of it. So that we can touch people and make the world a better world. And not only the world, but make our lives better. And we can make our lives better. We're in a better position to help somebody else.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. So that's back to you, Sharita.
Okay. What do you now, Arturo, you want to go ahead? You ready to go ahead and give your takeaway? Because I'm going to add to that in a minute.
Yes, of course. More than anything, what Lenore is sharing right now, it's some really, really amazing nuggets that we're learning from this incredible chapter. And I want to also talk about a little bit about what she's sharing, because sharing that, I'm also able to understand what she's talking about, because it's all about the skills. And it's not really skills pay the bills, right? In other words, so one of the things is that we're all born with gifts. A lot of people think that just because that person has a was born with certain benefits, or that person is better looking, or that person is younger, or that person is more fit, or that person has whatever it is. It is that we all have the same you all have the same opportunity. We all have the same every day. We all have the same 24 hours. So a lot of the times, when this chapter talks about you were born with gifts, I feel like it relates to, we all have the ability to better ourselves, acquire new skills, new abilities, learn something new. And one of the skills that it talks about is the skill of developing the gift of enthusiasm, which is something that we're all born with, but not everybody has developed it,
Yes.
So enthusiasm, when you look at that meaning of that word, and it's a powerful word, very strong, and theos, within, which is God within. And so when you are able to share your enthusiasm with people, it's contagious, and so it's like any other emotion, whether it's enthusiasm, whether it's excitement, or simply whether it's depression, or it could be something that's stressful. It all depends on what you're feeling. And so when it talks about that skill, it's something that it's something that you're able to develop over time. We can all develop it. The same thing with the other skill, which is not everybody can develop. Some people give up the first time somebody says no to them. People when somebody not everybody is going to you're the only person that can encourage yourself to keep moving forward. You know, you should be your best motivator. And so your number one fan, which should be ourselves, right? We should be the ones who motivate ourselves, you know? So, you know, the skills that it talks about, like Lenore was sharing right now, you know, we all have, we're all born with these gifts. And that's what you know, she mentioned, you know, you can't live without faith. Faith is another skill that we must develop over time. You know, you are with what you're listening, what you're hearing, with the people that you're surrounding yourself with, what you're watching, you know, all that stuff has everything to do with your faith. What is it that you're feeding your faith, you know? And so it's really, really exciting because the laws that are here, you know, it's something that we've personally I've read in other books that are also very inspiring from people that have achieved results, you know, that are sharing. And that's what I love about this chapter, that she's not just speaking, you know, coming up with this random, you know, laws. No, these are actual laws applied by successful people.
That's right. That's right. That's right. This is so exciting, you guys. I mean, this is a good book, but this also a good chapter. So there's so much we can elaborate on this. But to piggyback on, hopefully both of you guys, Lenore talking about God's gifts, and I heard this before. You guys probably heard this. Our gifts is what God gives to us, right? That's the gift God gives to us. But it's what we do with it is our gift back to God. Okay. And I always believe this from early on. We all here for a purpose. And when our purpose is done, like you said, then we're probably, you know, 6 feet under at that point. So I always realize that. And faith, you talked about your faith. Most of us in the vision, Arturo, most of us, as we should walk by faith and not by sight. Have we, right? Because how else would we do anything if we didn't, right? If we had to see first, it wouldn't probably, you know, come about. So faith is huge. And that's also, like you said, Lenore, is persistence. And elaborate on the skills. Now, oh my goodness. And she made a point. You have a general practitioner doctor, right? And then you have a neurosurgeon. They both are doctors, right? But one makes way more money. Why is that? Why is that? Because their skills. He has a higher set of skills, so that's why he makes more money. And she said that we increase our skills, we increase our pay. Isn't that just make normal sense, right? So when it's in a job, right? If you start up here, I don't know, the mail room, you make this amount, but then if you increase yourself to manager, right? Increase your skills, increase your pay. And that's why some people couldn't understand about why is it that one lawyer can charge you $1,000 an hour and one charge you 50, because he's got skills. Okay, so I wanted to elaborate on that. And one of my I have a lot of takeaways, but we can't share them right now because we don't have enough time. I like this, and this always made sense to me, even in my 20s. And she said 98% of the population shrinks their dreams to fit their income. Is that not deep? 98% of the population shrinks their dreams to fit their income. Meanwhile, the 2% find ways to increase their income so they can make their dreams happen. So I used to always say that in my 20s, I knew I didn't make enough money for this or for that. And I wasn't lowering my, what my dreams was. I was just trying to figure, how do I make more money, right? How do I get the things I want? That was always me. It's not, I can't. It's like, how? So I wanted to share that with everybody. And I hope this call is helping people. Again, this is about self-development, confidence, increasing our self-esteem, self-worth, just being a better version of ourselves. So anybody, go ahead for it. You want to take something away so we can end this, this great call, because we have so much to share. But Go ahead, Lenore. You want to?
Yeah, the last thing that I would just like to say is that it's so important who you surround yourself with. You must surround yourself with, and this is what I've learned over the years, you must surround yourself with like-minded people. And people, and it doesn't mean um, that the people that you once surrounded yourself in life, that they're not good people, but as if your desires to continue to learn and grow, then you have to continue to seek and surround yourself around people that have a similar mindset, that they're learning and growing. My circle has gotten smaller like over the last few years, but my circle, because I had to take a step back to take a step forward. So now my circle is increasing some with more like-minded people. Now, mind you, I've always had some people in my life, thank goodness, that I surrounded myself with, that they have a desire. I have friends that have businesses that are doing well, been in business for 30 years and things of that nature. I have some mentor, a mentor. Well, I've had mentors all my life. I've been that girl. I've been in taking classes since I got out of school. I got out of high school. Then I got married. Ooh, then I got divorced, got married at 22, divorced at 28. But dig this, at 27, I went back to college.
Hello.
You see. And because I knew that my life wasn't over, and it's just that it's something in me. And that something is my spirit. I got something that I got to do. You know what I mean? So I can't rest. So I've been studying all of my years, all of my life, off and on. And so I've surrounded myself with different professional people. I'm in 30 years in the insurance business. I have a fashion degree, so I've done fashion, you know what I mean? I have and this was by default, I'm involved in taking care of home health aid. I want to say that home health aid. So that's something that I shied away from. But here recently, I was prompted to get involved with it again because I'm anointed to do that.
Amen.
I'm anointed, and I didn't want to, but people need, like we were talking, you know what I mean? So we have to diversify too. You understand what I'm saying? So in saying all of that, surround yourself with like-minded people. And I do have a coach, more than one, because I continue to take classes and improve myself. And then I do have coaches that, some coaches I pay, and then some mentors I don't. But I don't have a problem with any of it because I know that it's helping me to get where I need to be. So back to you, Sharita.
Hello. All right. That's awesome. I know, guys. Keep yourself around positive people. So Arturo, what you want to say lastly?
Yes. First of all, I, because the people that you surround yourself with and the people that you're taking advice from, it's got a lot to do with the results, with your current reality, with your current actions, with your thoughts, with everything, your skills, your abilities, the material, the physical, the spiritual, everything. Because simply you become the average of the 5 people we surround ourselves with. And so if we're always surrounding ourselves with people who don't have the same desire or the same ambition or the same drive that's gonna help you become better, and if those people are not inspiring or pushing you to better yourself, or telling you, hey, this and this, giving you constructive criticism on growing as a person, but instead you find those people are very pessimistic or negative, and they're it's just you just feel better around people like that. then it's not good, to surround yourself with people like that, because, a lot of the times, in as we're learning with this chapter, some of the laws, those people are not aware of those laws. And so they're just being creatures of circumstance. When you become a creator of circumstance, you apply these laws to your benefit and you use them to surround yourself, to attract the people that have a drive like you have. And so, one of the chapters that it talks about is learning how to fly,
Yes.
This is in the same chapter. You learn how to fly. A lot of us as entrepreneurs in this industry, we get thrown into this industry and we're learning how to fly. We're trying to figure out, like, you learn to fly on the way down. And there's gonna be a couple of bumps. There's gonna be you're gonna hit a couple of branches. And it's gonna be a little windy. But the one of the other laws that it talks about is the law of teachability, which is staying teachable, being coachable, maintaining an open mind. Some of the most successful wealthy people themselves, people like it could be the wealthiest people. I can name several mentors. They're always learning, they're always reading a book. They read an average of over 50-60 books a year. And so they're continuously learning because they understand that the strongest muscle in their body is their brain. When you work out your brain continuously by learning these laws and bettering yourself and learning from the right people, taking advice not just from anybody, but from people who have the results and people. If we're able to maintain a teachability, we're able to maintain an open mindset to always better ourselves and learn new skills, then I will definitely encourage all those people who are wanting to better themselves. And these laws, it talks a lot about ego. How ego keeps us broke. It talks about how the ego disguises itself. And it's our ego that keeps us from becoming that person that we're supposed to be, that's going to attract the people, the circumstances, the events, the customers. We must confront that ego. We're not perfect and we're not supposed to be perfect. So the only person that was perfect, I read this from a sermon, one of the pastors, he said, the only person that was perfect was walking the earth, couple thousands of years ago, and he did everything he could to save humanity. And so our job is just simply to spread the love, and try to keep becoming the best version of ourselves, to inspire others.
Oh, that's what it's about. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't wait to next Sunday, same time, same place. So I want to thank everybody for watching and invite you guys to come back. Say again, same time, same place for chapter 3. The book is First Steps to Wealth with Danny Johnson. There you go. Yep. First Steps to Wealth with Danny Johnson. Please join us so we can actually, hear from your comments as too. We would love to hear that as well. And again, happy Memorial Day weekend. Hope everybody is safe, and thanks for the veterans. And guys, I'm gonna leave you with a question. If I don't know, obviously I don't know your hopes, dreams, and desires and aspirations and so forth, but ask yourself, what gives your life meaning and purpose? What gives your life meaning and purpose? And go do that. Whatever it is, go do it. Go take care of it. Get it done. And I look forward, and we look forward, and thank you, Lenore and Arturo, for making this a great book club. And I'm excited, and will continue to be. So thank you for helping myself and the rest of us to elevate our game in life. All right. So thank you. We're signing off.